All right, we're at the point now where I'd like to make a few comments. I'd like to ask our ranking member to make some comments. This has been a long time in the making. I've said several times on the floor that this, in my opinion, is the most important bill of the year. It's something we've done every year. This will be the 60th consecutive year that we've actually done this bill. It's never easy. And one reason it's not easy is because everybody knows it's going to pass, so people want to be a part of it and put their many amendments that aren't even germane on this bill. We're now to the point that in just a few minutes we're going to be voting on the final passage of the National Defense Authorization Act of fiscal year 2021. When Senator Reid and I introduced this bill, we thought we had a good bill. A bill was really led by the members. This has never happened before. We started off with over 700 requests and amendments so that the members themselves have drawn this bill together. And so it's not as if it was put together by a committee. It was put together by all of us here in the chambers. The committee approved it 25-2. Now that's overwhelming, and I think everyone understands it. And we filed it with the hopes of adding a few more amendments to the Senate floor. And we did that. We added more than 140 amendments altogether. We even had some debates and roll call votes on amendments, something we haven't done probably in the last 5 years or so. So now we're voting on a great bill, a bill that every senator had the chance to make his or her mark on. Once the Senate passes this bill, we will still have more work to do. We still have to go over there. The House, of course, to pass their bill. We have to have conference with the House. We will do that. We've done that every year for many, many years. Our next step would be, of course, to do the conference. Then we'll work to make sure that, once again, this is a bipartisan conference report that both parties can support and the president can sign. And it has been bipartisan. All these amendments, each group amendment that the ranking member, Senator Reid, yesterday talked about, were equally divided between Democrats and Republicans. I've not seen it this way in the past. So we'll make sure, once again, that we have that same bipartisan effort. And I've said many times, and said this several times in the past several days and several weeks, that the NDAA is the one of our most important responsibilities. You know, there's a document I refer to now and then nobody reads anymore. It's called a Constitution. And that Constitution that tells us what we're supposed to be doing here. What we're supposed to be doing here is exactly what we're doing today. And so the National Defense Authorization Act is how we fulfill that responsibility. And we have done this every year for 60 years in a row now. It's a sacred responsibility we all have to all Americans, especially our troops and their families, those in harm's way. Every day they wake up, lay their lives on the line to defend our nation and our values of freedom, democracy, and peace. Right now, the main challenge to our security comes from authoritarian regimes that stand against all of our values. And I'm talking about China and Russia and others. Primarily China and Russia. The way we win against our adversaries is by making sure our fights never start by sending a strong message that you can't win, don't even try. That's what we're doing with this bill. So the National Defense Strategy Commission report, and this is significant, Mr. President, because this is the second time now we've done this. And this is a book that was put together by 6 leading Democrats, 6 leading Republicans, all very knowledgeable of this issue. It's called the Common Defense, and that's what we have used as our blueprint, and we've stayed pure with that all the way through. So the NDAA makes sure that we have the personnel and the equipment and the training and the organization needed to support the strategy that's found in this book. Now, if we get it right, we will be set on a steady course toward a peaceful, free, and prosperous world, not just for us, but for our children and our grandchildren as well. Kay and I have been married for 60 years. We have 20 kids and grandkids. We know something about this and the significance of this. The backbone of all of this is our men and women in uniform, so this bill is for them. The bill provides for a 3% pay raise, the largest one in over a decade. It also takes care of the families, makes sure that our spouses have employment opportunities, children have access to good schools, child care, and they're all living with a quality roof over their heads. These are priorities that go beyond party. That's why this bill has passed for the last 59 years in a row with the bipartisan support, and that's why we're going to do it again today. I want to thank, and you know, a lot of times there's the talk out there is that people in Washington don't really work that hard. Let me assure you, they do in this case. We've been blessed with a couple of leaders of this great committee that we have that's put this together. And those leaders are John Bonzel. John Bonzel has been working in this effort with me for well over 20 years. And he was a great leader of this group. And on the Democrat side, or the minority side, Liz King has worked hand in hand with John Bonzel, and the whole team has worked together, you know, developing a bill that comes out of committee with only 2 dissenting votes. That's not something that's done every day. So I want to personally thank those individuals on our side, and we'll ask Senator Reid to do the same on the minority side. We want to thank not just John Bonzel, but John Wasson, Tom Goffis, Stephanie Barnum, Greg Lilly, Marta Hernandez, Rick Berger, Jenny Wright, Adam Barker, Augusta Binsberg, Al Edwards, Sean O'Keefe, Brad Pato, Jason Potter, Katie Sutton, Eric Traeger, Dustin Walker, T.C. Williams, Otis Winkler, Gwen Woolrine, Katie Magnus, Arthur Tellis, Lee Brewer, Debbie Shirello, Gary Howard, Tyler Wilkinson, John Bryant, Griffin Cannon, Carrie Machaki, Sule Sykes, Brittany Amador, and Julian Schofield. And from the minority side, we'll cover those in just a moment. But from my personal office, Luke Howard, Holland, Andrew Forbes, Lacey Burke, Don Archer, Travis Tarbox, who just got his promotion to major yesterday, Brian Brody, Dan Hollingbrand, Jake Hinch, Devin Barrett, Lori Fitch, and Whitney Folio. And lastly, from the floor staff, Robert Duncan, Chris Tuck, Megan Mercer, Tony Hannigan, Catherine Foster, Brian Canfield, Abigail Baker, Anna Carmack, and Maddie Sanborn. It's because, you know, of the tireless work of all these people, and we're talking about the members of the committee, we're talking about the personal staff, and we're talking about the staff in the cloakrooms. I just want to thank them all, and this is our only opportunity to do that. And we want to hear now from the ranking member, Senator Reid, and then after that, we'll vote and look forward to this year's NDAA passing with a strong bipartisan majority. Senator Reid.
Thank